Now we have our action lines and basic shape language poses down, we're going to move on to adding a more detailed sketch with features and cleaner lines to the character animal poses. So in our layers, we've merged the action line and sketch layer together, and let's 2-finger tap on that layer to drop the opacity by dragging 1 finger across the screen, and we want this to be around 26%. And then if we create a new layer above the sketch one and rename it to be detailed sketch. So if we still make sure that we have selected the HB Pencil CHD1 brush from the previous class, as well as the dark black tone from the colour panel, then we're going to bring up our reference photos again that are in our Pinterest app by dragging it up from the iPad dock and having it floating. So if I bring up the fox jumping photo reference and zoom in slightly so I can see the features better. Now I'm going to sketch out this animal character pose using the faded out basic shapes and action line as a guide, and also constantly referring to the photo and adding in detailed features of your animal, like the nose, ears, eyes. Pay real attention to making the lines as clean as possible and adding any extra details in that you think would really benefit the pose. Also, pick out areas where the animal colour changes on the body, making those a feature as well by drawing in the lines. In the areas where the shadows would appear, indicate those by adding some shading in with your pencil brush. So in my case, these would be the back legs. So in my second pose, which was the standing fox that was looking up, we want to do the same thing with that sketch, but always remember when you're doing those clean lines, you're still following those basic shapes underneath and just defining where the individual animal body parts are in your pose of your character, as well as adding in those extra detailed features. The next pose that I had was the sleeping fox, so let's start adding those cleaner lines into this character pose as well. Now remember, like with the previous class of doing the action lines and basic shape language, if you start to struggle at adding in those extra details and cleaner lines, refer back to that exercise of using your photo to trace over those elements and build up an understanding of where they should be and give yourself some confidence. So with the final pose, which was the fox looking behind himself in a sneaky way, the photo is reversed. Now once you progress with using the technique of shape language and breaking down your animal, over time you become less reliant on using those photos so rigidly, which in turn will give you the ability to be more flexible and creative at drawing your poses using your visual memory. So fantastic, you have now got your detailed cleaned sketch poses, and these are now ready for the next class where we will be blocking out our flat colours.